Good nobbin. Look what we got here. A Junkers Ju-52, Iron Annie, Auntie Ju. He's beautiful too. Let's just get her off the ground. We're going to take us a little flight around Capetown at sunset. Oh, set that throttle down to idle. Let's take a look around. This is beautiful. Everything in Deutsch. Ignition, mixture control, first officer's indicators, carb heat, ventilation. Let's take a look back up here. Here's our ignition. The black ones, there's 3 of them with the fuel controls, the fuel shutoffs. So we want to turn those on. And the colored buttons and levers are the ignition. So let's shut on the fuel. Schaltet that Kraftpumpen ein. Motor number 1 starten. Start that number 1 engine. Let's start 2 and 3 while we at it. Motor number was Andre starten. Got the 3 engines going now. Started. Beautiful sunset. Let's get the lights on. Interior lights. Probably help a little bit. Oops. Okay. There she is. Let's go on and push out. Turn that parking brake off. Let's set these mixtures down to run. They're on start right now. Let's get them all on. Festelbremslåsen. Turn off that parking brake. Let's go on and push out. Let's taxi on down to the runway. Oh, Auntie Ju. Auntie Ju was produced from 1930 to early 50s. She's still in limited service now as like an antique. Air shows, sightseeing, heritage flights. She's been a civilian airliner, a bomber, troop transports, float plane, a ski plane. Let's just pull her on up here to the threshold. Show you something else real cool. Annie has a sunroof, a moonroof that we can open. Now let's open that window, show everybody our little skylight. Öffne das Fenster. All right, let's go on and push out. Let's go on and take off. Us rolling. We have a really, really low takeoff speed, low stall speed. It looks like we're moving in slow motion. Drehen. We rotate and take off. So as we get ready to take off and fly around Capetown, Capetown's the 2nd largest city in South Africa, the oldest city in South Africa, but the 2nd largest next to Johannesburg. We're gonna take off from the airport, fly due east to Blue Downs. We're gonna make a turn southwest, head along the coast, and the Muizenberg, where the reservoirs are and where we'll turn and head up towards Table Mountain National Park, where we'll cut through Hood Bay, Camps Bay, pass over downtown Cape Town, city center, where we'll turn back in and head back to the airport. And you see Annie here has her 3 engines, but all of her variants didn't have 3 engines. The very early variants had a single engine. But due to some of the accidents and testing and performance issues with those engines, they decided to add, there was some restriction on engine size, so they just added 3 engines, 3 smaller engines. And then later, in the 30s, with more variants coming and especially increased military use, they got the larger BMW. First they were 9-cylinder and then 12-cylinder engines. As we turn the head towards Blue Down, you can see Auntie Ju's corrugated aluminum fuselage and wings. That helped with structural rigidity, made her stronger, less prone to flex, easier to control. Also lessened the need for structural reinforcement, and that helped her have more cargo volume, more passenger holding volume. Absolutely beautiful. She's a direct derivative of another legendary plane, the Junkers J-1, which was the world's first all-metal airplane. As we head over Blue Downs. So Auntie Ju has been employed by Germany, Switzerland, I believe, Colombia, North Africa, Morocco, Spain, Russia. The rise of the bad boys in the 30s, I think when they came into power, the Chancellor of Germany took one for his personal transport, which was an armored variant, which had the pilot and a VIP with armor plating protecting them, as well as several thousand for troop transport and bomber duty. They even put defensive turrets in the back, so there were machine guns in the back of them as well. I think this plane, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this plane carries the unique distinction of being, I think, the only airplane in aviation history to bomb a city and deliver passengers there that same day. Not the same plane, but the same make and model. A Junkers Ju-52. This is a beautiful modeling by Sobo. This is not a study level aircraft, but it's a beautiful job. Flies nice, looks gorgeous. And here we're making our turn over Blue Downs to head back over the shore, along the shore back to Table Mountain National Park. Listen to those BMWs, those engines. There were dozens of variants for military use and civilian use, but like I said, skis, floats, bombs, machine guns, cargo plane, troop transport. They dropped parachute troopers in Crete. The operation in Crete, they dropped paratroopers. I think you could get 18 fully kitted out paratroopers in the back of this thing. Some variants got autopilots, radars, helped them operate, and equipment to help them operate in poor conditions. Air ambulance, air hospital. So now we're over Muizenberg, heading up towards, you see a gap there at 2 o'clock. We're going to shoot that gap and shoot over to Hout Bay. When we get to the shore, we'll turn right, turn north, and head over Camps Bay into Capetown City Center. So here right now in 21st century, there are still anti-Jew examples of anti-Jew out there, still operational. United States has one at the Military Aviation Museum. South Africa has one in Germiston. France has one in a museum. And then these are, these are airworthy planes that can fly right now. But there are about a dozen others throughout the world which are on display. They're not airworthy, but they're in museums. Maybe 24 examples in museums. And in Switzerland right now, they're restoring 3 of them to airworthiness. So now we're over Constantania right now. We're going to shoot this gap and head over to Hout Bay. Now here we are, we're passing over Hout Bay, turning north, going towards Camps Bay, and going over specs. This data is from the warplanes of the Third Reich, aircraft profile 177, Junkers Ju-52 series. General characteristics: crew 2, capacity 17, length 19 meters, wingspan 29 meters, height 5.5 meters, wing area 110.5 meters square, empty weight 5,700 kilos, gross weight 9,500 kilos. Power plant 3 BMW 132A3s. 3 engines, 2 propellers each, 2 bladed variable pitch propellers. Maximum speed 165 miles an hour or 143 knots at sea level. Cruise speed 153 miles per hour or 133 knots at 3,000 feet. Range 998 kilometers. Service ceiling 5,900 meters. Takes 17 minutes to get to top of this outfit. Now, the military version came with a 7.92 millimeter machine gun, an MG-15, or 13 millimeter MG-131s in the dorsal positions, or in a semi-retractable dustbin turret. Bombs up to 500 kilos or 1,100 pounds of bombs. That ain't a lot, but it'll do something. Here we're passing over the city center. So South Africa Jewish Museum, South African Museum. Victoria and Alfred Waterfront. Zico South African Museum, aquarium down there. We're going to turn east and line back up with Capetown International. Beautiful recreation, leather seats. Flight deck. Getting lined up on final, kind of high on that glide slope, but you can get pretty slow in there. Slow it down. No matter how slow you're going, you could probably go slower without it stalling out on you. Rock solid. Just bring it down on that poppy. Still kind of high. There we go. So I'm gonna bring her in. While we line up here for final and bringing her in, I just just like to say thank you guys for all the support, all the likes, all the new subs. Thank you very much. It really helps the channel. We appreciate it. We're having a blast doing this. Looking forward to new add-ons coming. I see hints of a F-104 Starfighter coming. There's some more airliners. It's a 330, a 737 MAX, 310s. Also the Concorde. DC Designs is working on a Concorde for release later this year. The Reno Air Races. You guys looking forward to any of this stuff? Hit me up in the comments. Talk about it and start looking into these things when they become available. And thanks again, guys. And as we touch it down here at Sunset in Capetown, just want to tell you guys, take it easy and hit that like button, subscribe, share this with a friend that likes flight simulators and old airplanes. Pretty sure they'll enjoy it. Drunk often like button. Hit that like button.